So today I'm going to try cooking these meals, the oatmeal and the veggie Alfredo, on alcohol. I have a Esbit burner, alcohol, and that's what I'm going to use because if I had a power outage, which I'm not right now, as you see, I have lighting, so it will help with the video. But this is what I'm going to be cooking on. I'm going to cook breakfast, the oatmeal. And what this says is boil 6 cups of water, add contents of pouch, and cook approximately 1 minute over medium heat, stirring occasionally. So what I'm going to do is I'm only going to use 2 cups because I'm going to cook 1 serving. And I'm going to boil my water first and add that serving. Slowly mix it in and cook it for 1 minute. So right now, I'm going to open this up and set it in here and light it up. It's lit. That's going to take a while to bloom, but I can set my water on there anyhow. And I've got 2 cups of water in this already, and that will still provide some heat to this while it's blooming. Now, there is one thing that people have commented and I have thought of myself. This is a 3-serving bag. This is to keep you going for 72 hours. Actually, they have 2 of these, so you could actually use both bags and divide them up into 3 servings, since I have 2 of these. But to divide up your servings, what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to take Ziploc bags with me. I'm going to just take this one seal off of the bucket, and then I'm going to shove Ziploc bags into this. When I want to use the kit, then I'll open the bag and divide it into thirds. Also place a writing utensil in here, a Sharpie or whatever, permanent marker, and that way there, you can write on your bag what you have put in it. And I've done that with a couple in here that I've already used the other day. This is the last portion right here. It's in a Ziploc bag, and this is the cheesy rice casserole in this bag. It also has the directions in here. So one of your servings, leave it in the bag, put it in here, just to keep it sealed so it's not spilling out and such. But you have your directions in here and what it is. Now your other serving that you're going to be left with, because you're cooking one, you can write on, just all you have to do is write on there, cheesy rice casserole across here. That allows you to look at this one here and you can see the directions. Just as long as you have the name of what you have right on this one. So I suggest that you keep them sealed like this till you're ready to use them, because this has a 20-year shelf life. And just throw in the empty Ziplocs into the container. That way there you can divide it after you open these. Because once they're open, the 20-year shelf life no longer applies. So you want to eat that within the 72 hours, or, this stuff will keep a long time, even in just Ziploc bags. But you're going to be eating it within the 72 hours anyhow. So after you open it, then you can divide it into your portions. That's what I will be doing with this kit. What I have left over, I'm just going to put in like this, and myself, I'll eat these in my next camping trips and such. So I won't be storing these because they're already open. But I will be eating these on my next camping trips and so on and so forth as I feel I want to. So anyway, that's just a little tip that I'm going to be doing that people have commented about, you know, the portions and such. You got to remember that putting this all in one bag and sealing it and such instead of individual portions saves a lot of money. This is very budget friendly. This kit, $29.99 American plus shipping. Now if you look at other prepared meals and such that are for emergency use, this is very reasonable priced. So putting it in one bag saves on pricing. All you have to do is throw in some Ziploc bags and you're set. So I'm just going to take 1 cup of oatmeal and pour it in there and see how it goes. We're at a boil now. I'm going to, this is the 1 cup here. I'm going to slowly mix that in. Now with alcohol, it's harder to control your flame unless you have alcohol burners that you can do that. So stirring it helps. And I may have to lift it up from time to time to keep it from boiling over. But this oatmeal is a brown sugar maple, and it has its sugars already in it, so I should not have to add anything and just eat it as it is. When I'm out in the bush, I normally don't add any milk or nothing like that. I just cook it like this and eat it up. This I have not had, but I'm talking about the instant packages and so on. And I'm assuming this is somewhat the same way. So I'm going to stir that up. Make sure there's no clumps. With this one, I do have the luxury of this little simmer ring that I can put over this and cut the flame down. We'll try that and see if that helps. Oh, I just knocked it over a little bit. Let's put it back. There we go. I just got a little flame going there now, and that should be great. It's been a minute. I'll let that cool a little bit and let you see the results. So it looks like oatmeal. If I can get that up there so you can see. And as you know, oatmeal is a good choice for breakfast when you're out there. Many woodsmen have eaten oatmeal for many, many years to start their day. With the added sugars and the flavor, you don't really have to add milk, but you could add a little bit if you like to, carry some powdered milk or something if you wanted to. But pretty good. Consistency, perfect. For me, it's not sweet enough. I could put some brown sugar or sugar in there and like I said, you could add some powdered milk as well if you liked. It's up to you. But this is a grab and go. So, like I said, you can strip that main seal off the bucket. That's not going to hurt the packages. And you can put extra in that if you like, because there is room. But this is edible for sure. It's just a slight taste of the sugars and the brown sugar and maple. It's not real sweet. It's not like the instant packages, because some people may not like that. So yeah, I'm gonna eat up. At noon, I'll cook up the veggie Alfredo. I've opened the veggie Alfredo package and I put it in 3 separate parts. And you can see there's elbow noodles in it. There's different vegetables and such as well. And I've divided these up. Now what this says is, in a medium saucepan, boil 4 cups of water. Add pouch and simmer for 10 to 13 minutes. Take it off the heat, let stand 5. Now, here's the thing. A lot of alcohol stoves and different burners will not run 15 minutes. So you have to remember that when you're cooking this here, that requires more time to cook. And the other one as well, it took a long time to cook as well, but I was using a wood fire. I always could refuel. Now, if I'm home here, I could always cook this, and when it runs out, let it cool a bit, my stove, fill it back up, turn it on again. Although this burner here should last as long as I need it. What I also will do with these type of meals that say bring to a boil, add and such, it's the same thing as rice, long grain rice. I'll add it when I first start. I'll add it first, add my water, and then go. Because that slowly heats up. That's like a simmer as it's heating up. And then what I'll do is I won't really go by the time, I'll go by the texture, I'll taste it. So that's what I'm going to do. That way there you actually save fuel, because you don't have to wait the 5 minutes or so as it's just burning fuel to get a rolling boil, then add, the 10 to 15 minutes on top of that. You actually can save fuel this way. So I've got my 1 1/3 cup of water in this, because the whole package takes 4 cups. I've got this filled up, my burner. I'm going to light it up. And I actually put it in this pan just for safety. I was thinking, this is alcohol, and if you ever did knock it over somehow and spill it, it's going to go in this pan and contain the fire. And it's on the metal surface, so you could basically just let it burn out if you didn't have a fire extinguisher close by. So always think safety, because if this would hit here, run onto the floor and such, and you didn't have the proper, can't throw water on it, and so on and so forth, you have to have the proper fire extinguisher. And always think safety, always. You're in your home. So this is Bloom. I'm going to set that on top. And actually, I'm going to pour this in right now. Of course, this being cold water, it does not mix in very well, but once it heats up, it'll be fine. So I'm just mixing a little bit like that. It's basically all floating to the top. And now I'll just let it go. That has
it's reached the boil, so this is where I'm gonna use my simmer ring again. Gotta get that up on top of there. There we go. Allows just a small little flame to come up and heat this pot. So now I'm gonna simmer it until everything feels that it's rehydrated, that the consistency is right. This has been simmering right around 8 minutes or so. I'm gonna try one of these elbow noodles. That's done. The pea is done. Let's try some of this. This looks like a piece of pepper, green pepper. That's done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this for another 2 minutes, and that will make 15 minutes total. That's with me putting it in, letting it get to a boil, and then simmering the rest of the time. It got to a boil around 3 minutes, I believe, and that's when I put on for simmering. So after these 2 minutes, then I'm going to shut it off and let it cool, and then we'll do a taste test. So there it is right there. It's got lots of, I'm not sure what's all in it. You can actually read the package and it tells you. Everything's rehydrated perfectly. Has a good flavor of the Alfredo as well. When you're finished with 1.5 cups of food. So let's go over my thoughts on the grab and go 72-hour kit. So this 72-hour emergency food supply, I liked all the food that's in here. You know, that will taste, everybody has different tastes. I liked it. It gives you basically 1,413 calories per day in this kit. Now some people will use less and others will use more calories than that. Usually they base it on a 2,000 calorie diet. Then again, some people will use less, some people will use more. I'm liking the food meals that they have in here. I like that it comes in a 1 gallon bucket. I can divide these up myself by putting bags in there, divide them up when I want to use them. And I like that there's still room to add more in this if I want to. I can add, you know, energy bars and so on and so forth if I wanted to. That adds more calories and gives you energy. There's a lot you can do with this. And I left the link so you can go check this out if this is something that you may want to look into. It's reasonably priced and I like this myself. I really do. So I hope you like this review and thanks a lot for watching. Have a good one.